Great. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our podcast today. We're really excited to talk about all things Walmart Marketplace. My name is Mark Jordan. I'm our Marketplace Strategist here at VENDO, and I am joined by Michelle Long, our Director of Walmart Advertising. For those new to VENDO, we are one of the Walmart Marketplace's agency solution providers, helping brands launch and scale on the platform. And we're really excited today to be joined by Walmart Marketplace's own Yoshit, Taneja. Yoshit, do you want to quickly introduce yourself?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for having me here. It's again great to be here. My name is Yoshit Taneja. I lead digital media and events for seller acquisition for the Walmart Marketplace team. So I lead a team of B2B marketers, and we're focused on getting the right sellers on the platform to bring in the right assortment.
Amazing. Yeah, super excited to have you on and talk all things Walmart Marketplace with you. So yeah, let's dive right in. Let's talk all about Marketplace. Data shows right now that sellers and brands should really expand their reach through different marketplaces. Why would a brand or a seller maybe selling somewhere else? Why should they consider the Walmart Marketplace?
Yeah, I think we're one of the fastest growing e-commerce platforms in the US right now. And we have this ready audience that's built in, when you join the platform. 90% of America shops at Walmart, in our stores, in our website, in our app. So we have this huge base of, customers that are loyal shoppers of Walmart. And I think that itself is a big opportunity with the perfect place for sellers to be joining the platform right now. 85% of our shoppers, in fact, they're shopping once a month on .com. So, again, all these sellers are also very important for us. They're bringing in great products, and we continue to grow more items and more sellers. This itself, I think, is the biggest growth opportunity and to be a part of Walmart Marketplace.
Yeah, absolutely. We're obviously biased and big fans of the Walmart Marketplace, working on it day in and day out. We love all of the kind of like investments and improvements and kind of the roadmaps of new tools and everything that's coming out. Can you speak a little bit maybe on fulfillment options, a little bit on what is Walmart Fulfillment Services and how that works with Walmart Marketplace?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think Walmart Fulfillment Service is one of the biggest levers for growth on Walmart Marketplace, right? It's our low-cost end-to-end fulfillment service. We're solving the needs for both customers and sellers who are looking for faster delivery, right? And convenience. So you get your products on Walmart Fulfillment Services. You get a badge for 2-day shipping, and this is mostly on the sortable and standard items. So you are able to reach to the customers within 2 days shipping time. We will handle your customer service, your returns, shipping, packing, everything that is operational to do with logistics. And you take care of as a seller, on your product, on your branding, on your marketing. So then you're completely focused on your core business and your expansion, right? I think that brings a lot of value to sellers. Also, the items that are on 2-day shipping badge, they are clearly visible. They have more exposure on the search results page because there's a special filter. There's a specific filter for Walmart fulfilled items that gives you visibility, that gives you more clicks, that gives you more sales ultimately. We've in fact seen there's a 50% lift on GMV growth on all of these 2-day shipping items. Also, the WFS items are not included in the order defect rate. So that's the ODR score. That means sellers, they have the continuity of service. Also, there are no maximums, no minimums. So it's a very fuss-free, solution that we're offering to sellers. And yeah, they get to decide, they get to control how much, how little or how much they want to use WFS for.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it really ties into the kind of omni-channel experience that Walmart is trying to do with items that are in store that can ship from store very quickly in 2 days. You can be a marketplace seller, have the product online, get it shipped in 2 days, really reach a big customer base. And I think that maybe goes into our kind of like the next question of, what is for people who maybe are hesitant and wanting to see different results on the marketplace. I know the earnings just came out. Can you speak a little bit about kind of what's happening with Walmart and how this all ties in?
Absolutely. I think we're growing. That's no secret. Last week we released our Q2 earnings. e-commerce business grew 24% year on year. And a lot of this growth is being led by marketplace. So this is very, very exciting time. We're trying to create a marketplace which is, so conducive for growth, for our sellers. There's zero monthly setup fees. There's very transparent referral, fees, 6% to 15%, based on the category of product that you're selling. We've also introduced a very streamlined process of getting onboarded. So in minutes, you can sign up for an account, get a Seller Center, account, and in 3 steps, really very simple steps to get live, go on board and get live. So all of these new, systems and processes we're getting into place because we know that, a few years ago, if you joined Marketplace and you had a bad experience or not the ideal experience, we are working towards changing that. So it's a new, level playing field that we're creating for sellers. Also, I would say in terms of item setup, we've made a lot of advancement there, making it easy for sellers to use API integrations or just bring in a catalog that is already selling on, another marketplace. You can use that, or you can work with another, solution providers like VENDO. And then the moment you're on board and you join, you have access to Connect and you have access to fulfillment services. So that's something that, will get you started right away.
Yeah, I think that's one of my favorite improvements to the new kind of application onboarding experience is that you can onboard straight into WFS off the bat. And I know we just talked about the process of it a little bit, but in the past you had to go through another almost application for it. And now you have access to it immediately. So you can really start selling very quickly, which I love. Can you shed a little bit more light on maybe some other key tools that when you are selling on Walmart Marketplace that you should be taking advantage of?
Yeah, I think there are multiple tools. So like I said, we're constantly improving and adding capabilities. I think one that stands out is the listing quality dashboard. Again, very fundamental and very, very important for sellers to understand, how the attributes that customers are looking for, when they're buying, how that impacts their descriptions, their titles, the images that you're using. So ultimately, all these product attributes and how that impacts performance. I think that's very valuable that this listing quality and rewards dashboard provides. Another one I can think of is the assortment growth dashboard. So that you can use, that sellers can use. It'll basically give you recommendations based on demand signals, gaps that are there on the platform in terms of assortment or market trends or pricing, and it'll recommend the seller what should they be adding. How can they increase and grow their catalog. Another one is the search insights dashboard, and that'll give you basically insights into, where are the listings showing up, what search keywords are being used to get clicks on the product, listing. So on and so forth. So all of these, solutions, again, helping out sellers to find areas of growth.
Yeah, absolutely. We use the listing quality dashboard very regularly to look into, making sure the content first and foremost on the front end of the product listing page and the back end attributes are all there. A lot of times I don't think people realize how different the Walmart style guide criteria is to optimize an item. And so that dashboard is really helpful for people new to the Walmart ecosystem on exactly what optimizations they should be making, how many images they should add, how long their titles should be, because it is a little bit different than other marketplaces. So we dive into that very heavily. Another one that we focus on is the pro seller badge. We always try to get that for our clients. Can you tell us a little bit about that? I know it went through a recent overhaul and there's some changes as well.
Absolutely. So we want all our sellers to be pro sellers, and that's a hallmark of performance and just quality, right? It's that badge that customers see, and then they know that this is a trustworthy seller. They're going to get good performance out of them. So there, like you mentioned, we did an overhaul because we want this to be more customer centric and to be even better than before. So there's very set of criteria. We look at on-time delivery, which has to be greater than or equal to 95% in the last 90 days. We look at cancellations. That rate has to be less than or equal to 1.5% in the last 90 days. The listing quality score, so it's something that we just discussed, should be 60% or higher for at least 70% of the catalog. You must be having about 250 orders in the last 90 days, no compliance issues, no TNS or trust and safety related issues. And you should be active in the last 90 days to, have all of these different metrics in place. So again, definitely increases buyers' confidence in the sellers, products and assortment, and it leads to more sales, right? There's a dedicated filter. You can use that. Customers are looking for, the pro sellers only items. So that gives you visibility, that gives you more click-throughs, that gives you more exposure, and hence sales.
Yeah, thanks so much for going over that. Definitely some new changes. We always work on trying to hit the pro seller badge metric for all the clients that we work with. I think a lot of them you can honestly, I wouldn't say easily hit, but a lot of the criteria for on-time delivery or cancellations, if you're using Walmart fulfillment services, you can kind of check those boxes pretty easily. The hardest one is going to be 250 orders in the last 90 days. That's now changed from where it was 100 orders in the last 90 days. So by using a combination of WFS, and then hopefully you're ramping up using ad spend through Walmart Connect, which I know Michelle is going to touch a little bit on, you should be able to hit that metric. So I think that's a good leeway into kind of moving to Michelle. What are you seeing in terms of how we kind of work with sellers to introduce them into ads?
Yeah, I think WFS and the pro seller badge, we definitely see a correlation and stronger conversion rate when we activate with both of those from an advertising perspective. So we always recommend making sure your content is really strong, you're in a good inventory position, and you have reviews in place before launching any advertising campaigns. And then we also typically recommend, starting with sponsored products to really get that visibility on your items in search. And then as you expand and grow, you can start tapping into sponsored brands. And then as sponsored videos become available, into those campaign types as well. But really, I think it just helps, especially when you're trying to achieve the 250 orders in the last 90 days. It just helps speed up that process when you're launching those campaigns as well. But Yoshit, I would love to know what thoughts do you have on the Walmart Connect side and like how they can help sellers as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's the ad solutions, business of Walmart. Again, you get access to it from day one. I think what we recommend is first get your organic, right. So get your content correct, get your listing quality score, up, get some of this organic momentum going. And that's when you should start experimenting or using sponsored search. That's something that will really accelerate your pace, your sales, and it's going to drive, that additional, momentum and traffic to your product listings. That said, I think in terms of, what your business should be looking at, there are two ways, right? You can use sponsored search, and as you mentioned, sponsored brand now for brands and showcasing your entire portfolio. This is a self-serve platform, so you can either do it yourself or you can work with an expert like VENDO or like any other solution provider partner that can really help you like ramp your advertising your ads, right? There are also a mix and match of big types that's there, so there's broad keyword, there's exact phrase, there's phrase match, etc. So I would say, there are different optimizations that can be made. So you can have a very, very simple and automated process of automated, campaigns driving, keywords versus you can have it like very, very manual. So the level of complexity is really as per, what you want, how you're targeting and what your business and products require. And lastly, I think, again, have a strategy that is more evergreen. Sponsored search would really work if it's always on, if a 24/7 play, right? It's not that you turn it off, during certain times. I think it'll reap better rewards if it's an evergreen strategy. So there's something that sellers should, plan for when they're planning budget. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely right. Definitely tons of different seasonal events and things that you can plan for and test for. I know you mentioned sponsored brands as an ad placement. For those out there, you got to be brand portal registered with your trademark before you access that. Super important. We know video ads are coming out, DSP, all sorts of exciting new features. Through us as Vendo, you get access through an API instead of using the Walmart Ad Center. So if that's of interest of you and you want to see a little bit more data from what we get, we can certainly provide that. But Michelle's team is amazing and focuses every day in, day out on just Walmart advertising. So we're very familiar with it. So yeah, I guess next up, Yoshit, all in all, kind of like having great customer experiences, using different strategic tools within the marketplace, to really power growth on the platform. I guess just kind of closing thoughts and kind of end the session. What maybe just advice do you have for sellers on how they can succeed on the Walmart marketplace?
Yeah, I think I would say three things, right? So one, you get on the Walmart marketplace platform and you first have to work on the fundamentals and getting the basics right. And we have a score that we use for our sellers. We call it the OLQ, which is the offer listing quality score. And that in itself is made up of three elements, right? So looking at the offer quality listing quality score, you have to first focus on the product listing quality, right? The listing quality dashboard that we've talked about. So looking at your descriptions, images, titles, etc. You have to first work on that and make sure that it's up to the par, the quality that customers are expecting. The second piece that impacts your OLQ is your offer price. So you got to be competitive. You have to have like a pricing strategy, which is best in class and best across market. And what you can do is you can use an automated tool like Walmart Marketplace Repricer. And this tool will help you kind of adjust and your pricing automatically. There are again various ways that you can use that tool to your advantage. And we've seen that on an average, this has resulted into a 50% increase in buy box win, right? So this definitely impacts and has a direct impact on your sales, right? And on average, again, 60% lift in GMV is what we've observed with, we looked at our own data from October to May, last year, and we've seen that sellers who are using Repricer are seeing this, GMV growth. Again, very, very commendable. So the third and the last part of this OLQ is really customer reviews. And, again, no brainer that the better reviews you have, the more reviews you have, that's when your products and you as a seller, you're more trustworthy in the eyes of the customer. And they are able to, gauge beforehand what kind of, product they're buying into. So OLQ and getting your basics right is super, super, super important. That's my first advice. Second would be, if you're a new seller or an existing seller and you're not fully utilizing the ecosystem of solutions that Marketplace is offering to you, and by that I mean Walmart fulfillment services for one, and Walmart Connect, I think then you're missing out, right? So go all in, trust in these solutions. They have been designed and they've been employed in such a way that a seller will take the maximum advantage of the platform, get the maximum visibility through Connect, or get this fuss-free fulfillment services that WFS can offer, and completely focus on their own business and getting all of the other metrics in place. So that's the second. And lastly, get your items on Walmart Marketplace, right? If you're not an existing seller, now is the time to join. We're getting into the holiday season. This is the best time, the right time to join. That said, if you're an existing seller and you're not fully committed, or you don't have your entire catalog, do that. Get your catalog on the marketplace, and get WFS going, get Connect ads going. That'll really help you. If you're a DTC brand, if you're a 1P supplier, and you're not thinking about Marketplace, I think make that part of the strategy. And we kind of also tell our brands that getting on Marketplace is also a segue or a gateway into getting into the stores, right? Because you get to test out SKUs, you get to test out pricing or your inventory. So all of this, I think that's my last advice. Get on Marketplace if you're not already.
Yeah, definitely. You covered a lot there in the last piece. I think like all in all, you're kind of getting at like go all in with all the tools, get on platform, really make it a priority marketplace for your brand. Like the repricer tool, for example, is really nice because you can set up like external matching to other marketplaces. And if you're not a team that's really focused on making sure your promos are set up on Walmart has now made that really easy for you to just follow the promo that you've done on another marketplace. So we love that tool. And yeah, absolutely get the full assortment up. You have no idea what's going to work on Walmart versus some other marketplaces. There may be items and a customer base that really enjoys a different product on there. We've seen that happen with brands on different marketplaces, different items performing very differently. The stores piece is a huge thing. We at Vendo, we're part of a larger ecosystem. Our sister company, Team Direct, is our sister company for Walmart in-store management. We work very closely with them on launching brands on Walmart Marketplace, building their story, and then working with Team Direct to make sure that they get in-store placement for the next mod cycles. So there's a way to really attack this from all angles, and Walmart Marketplace is definitely one of the first steps to entering that larger ecosystem. Any closing thoughts from you, Michelle?
Yeah, I was just going to say, think of it really as a true omni strategy, right? You need to be supporting your marketplace and your 1P items as well, right? You can have a dual strategy that exists and supports both channels, as we know that they serve different purposes, right? Put your extended assortment on marketplace, start driving some ads there and see if that could potentially get you to an in-store conversation. So there's a lot of strategic ways to think about it. And everything we covered here is really what we recommend to all brands. And on top of that, just making sure that you're supporting your full assortment on marketplace and in stores with an advertising strategy. As we know, Walmart Connect is proven to drive sales and to increase overall GMV.
Yeah. And a quick plug for holiday. So last year, holiday, we saw 40% growth on Connect. So that's huge. And, upcoming holidays also, we're so bullish. We're doing this event called the Merry Marketplace event. Again, this is on September 27th and open to all sellers, new and existing. It's going to be, we're going to be talking about all things holidays, what's worked, what would work this season, recommendations, tips, tricks, and experts. There's going to be a lot of expert-driven sessions. So again, watch out for that. September 27, Merry Marketplace event is open to all sellers who want to know everything about, marketplace and the upcoming holidays.
Yeah, awesome event. Definitely we're going to be signed up for that to learn more about what's upcoming. So yeah, no, I think we covered a lot today. I want to definitely thank Yoshit for joining us and sharing all the knowledge that she has. If you'd like to get in contact with any of us and kind of learn a little bit more about the marketplace, feel free to connect with us, Vendo, on LinkedIn. You can follow Walmart Marketplace on LinkedIn as well. Make sure to check out the Sell Better blog on the Walmart Marketplace website as well. There's lots of great insights and webinars, events, and things that they post about. And yeah, thank you again, Michelle, for joining us and for giving us some insight on the ad side. But yeah, I think that's everything we wanted to cover today. Thank you everyone for joining. And yeah, we look forward to kind of doing some more crossover webinars with Walmart. So yeah, Yoshit, thanks again so much.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Mark.
All right, guys, have a good one. Bye-bye.